Okay, so this is the tee shot on 5. So lovely setup here, kind of just right edge of that bunker, pretty much where your ball finished. Okay, I do like how the chest is more, almost like you got a little more forward bend. The chest is more over the ball, promotes that steeper shoulder turn, which means you take it away on plane, face square to the plane, set it nicely, still parallel, perfect circle, face square to the plane, drive the right side. Okay, but now we can see how deep the left hip has gone here, and a big gap there in your knees. So now as you kick or as you drive that right hip, okay, then we get a little kick in there, okay, and then we just over drop it slightly. Okay, so now we tack the ball a little narrow, a little from the inside, okay, and then watch the release, and then the toe turns over. Obviously the ball starts out a little left, see the start line of the ball there, and then the toe turning over, and that's your draw swing. See a little bit of disconnection of the arms as well, so that's definitely the draw swing. Okay, so this is the one on 15 where I think you're trying to hit a cut, but actually just kind of straight, and we just see the swing plane difference. So backswing and set the same, possibly rotating to the right a bit harder, but you can see how this one doesn't drop under the plane, it stays parallel and above the whole way, particularly in that zone there. And obviously that face is square to the plane, so that's pretty straight. It's going to be a neutral shot, back of the golf ball, and obviously less face rotation on the exit. So that's kind of your neutral swing, yeah?
Hey my boy, thanks for the round and for giving me a hiding. Well played. You must let me know if I still have to wear shorts for the whole week. No one's going to enjoy that. Obviously a lot of good stuff, but as you know, I was just swinging very slightly into out, and then you can see on that video, you just kind of toe releasing it and just creating that beautiful little draw. You know, you hit so many close that I wouldn't fiddle with it. I really wouldn't fiddle with it. I think, you know, if that's your best shot, that's your best shot. You managed to hit a straighter one on 15 when you had to. It was definitely held off, wasn't fully released on 15, but the ball flight was there when you needed it, and obviously with the driver you were able to work it both ways generally. So, you know, we'll discuss it more, but let's do this little bit of work and then see what happened. Okay, so you see in the video I'm doing, I'm just going to show you right hand quickly. So, obviously getting quite deep there, okay, and so getting on plane very, very early, okay, and then we can see halfway down. I mean, obviously, just very slightly, not as much as I'm showing you, not quite clearing and going around. We can see just pre-impact the club gets a little under the plane and inside, and then obviously from there you roll in the toe, and that's where the draw comes from. It's not as pronounced as what I've just shown you, you can see on that video. So what I'm thinking is, I really like it, I really like what's happening. So what I want to do is I want to stabilize this. So instead of going so deep, okay, just stabilize that. It's just going to change that arm depth ever so slightly without even noticing. Okay? It's going to give us a little more space to drop it onto plane. So that as we drop it, okay, we can get on plane here. And then obviously from there, you know, if we roll release, some will actually go straight and some will draw a little bit with that little slappy toe release. So let's work hard on that. And then just see where that ball is starting. Is it now starting on line or starting still starting left? And then obviously with the longer clubs, a couple of those drop kicks. If we eradicate those with that more stable left hip and less hip turn, left hip turn on the backswing, then we're happy, and then we just deal with that. Okay. The rest great. But you were sort of concentrated and in the zone. I don't know. I try to leave you and just watch. I don't know how you felt. Obviously, you had a chat with Ash, and you know you seem to play with a little more confidence and freedom, and obviously had a lot of good shots, and I'm very happy. So the two little things I'm not happy about. That's your technical work. Two little things I'm not happy about. A couple of drivers where you lost your tempo. Okay, you tried the ball harder than previous ones. Okay, you've got to be able to control that tempo for 54, 72 holes. Okay, so none of that nonsense. All right, and most importantly, the putting. So obviously you hold the putt, but generally just hit it close. And you hold a few good sort of 4-footers and stuff. But I felt like the putting, that mid-range putting, had a lot of opportunities, and then a couple of shortish misses as well. And I felt like it was more mental. Okay, it's not, your putts weren't hit with enough authority. Okay, they just weren't hit like, okay, just go on that line and go in the hole. They were wafted in the general direction of the hole, and they kind of wobbled around the hole. Okay, once you get inside, especially on slower greens, once you get inside that 10-foot mark, okay, I want you just hitting it with a bit more authority. So adopt that same mental process of a bit of freedom and confidence to hit that ball and get it to go in the hole, rather than just kind of rolling it in the general direction of the hole. Okay, I think you know what I'm talking about. Technically, I didn't see much wrong with the putting, couple of mishits, but again, I felt like there was more because it was a little defensive, okay, rather than struck well and hit well. Okay, right. So other than that, very happy, and then you just work adding those two other things. Let's practice for a couple of days and then go out there again, and I want to see an improvement.